You can no longer walk in at all. It is so bad. Right, this is where it starts to get really bad. But I'm just going to go for it now, because if I don't do it today, it's not going to get done. And that's why it's so important to stay organised. So now to transform this trolley. Are you ready for the grand reveal? Hi there and welcome back to a new video. I am going to be sorting the dreaded pantry. I know you've heard me harp on about this for ages now. I've been wanting to do it since before Christmas and I just haven't got round to doing it, but it's just got worse and worse and worse. You may have seen a video last week where I gave you a sneak peek into it. That's how bad it is. It's really bad, and it's supposed to be a walk-in larder pantry, but you can barely put a foot in. It's definitely not walk-in at the moment. It's really bad. So it's 2:45. I would have liked to have got this started earlier, however it hasn't happened, but I'm just going to go for it now, because if I don't do it today, it's not going to get done. So I'm hoping it's not going to take longer than a couple of hours. I don't know if that's wishful thinking, because I want to pull it all out and just really go for it. I will show you how bad it is. Okay, so this bit's okay, but then it just gets worse as we step in. See what I mean? You can no longer walk in at all. It is so bad. I want to sort all of that out. I just want a really good organised. That's what I want in here. It's bad, isn't it? Really bad. I also know there's going to be a lot of waste. I'm so sorry. I hate waste too. Don't come at me. I've just got bits of like odds and ends of crisps, and you know when you've like just got a little bit left in the packets, lots of things like that, where it's got so messy and so unorganised that things have gone out of date where I haven't kept on top of it. So I apologise for that, but I'm not going to hide it because it's real life. It happens, doesn't it? We can't all be perfect as much as we would love to be. Sadly, we aren't all that way. So I'm going to pull it out, give it a good clean. The cornflour fell over. It's white dusty everywhere. And then I think I want to reorganise things. Last time, I'll speak to you more about it in a moment. Last time when I did my declutter, somebody had a really good idea, and it, you know, when something sort of stays with you, and I've been thinking about it a lot. However, I didn't want to just completely change it all around because I'd just done it, but it stayed with me and I'm going to give that idea a go right now. I'm not even quite sure where to start. I think the stuff on the floor, I'm going to bring it out and put it on the table. The other day I really fancied a glass of Prosecco. Aid said we had none. I've just found 2 bottles on the floor in there. We did have Prosecco after all. For far too long, when the sorrow and despair is growing. So I've been asked before about why I keep so much food. I love to cook, as you know. It's not just cooking for me, it is a hobby as well. So I like to keep a good stock of things. I always like to have plenty of flour, sugar. I've always had that feeling that if I want to bake something, I can bake it no matter what. I've got all the ingredients. So I always keep plenty of spare bags of things in the pantry. Plus also it means then that what I tend to do is pick up things when they're on offer, when the flour's on offer, when the sugar's on offer. I always stock up then, so it lasts me a while. I also buy other things in bulk. So for example, I love to cook kind of Asian style food. So I go to an Asian supermarket and I will buy the larger quantities of soy sauce, wine vinegar, all that kind of thing, and seasonings as well. I really do stock up. I buy in larger quantities purely because they get used and it works out a lot cheaper that way. So I do keep a really good stash of my larder supplies. I also like to be really well stocked of like canned things like beans, soups, all that kind of thing. And obviously it takes up space. But what I do find, because I keep a good stash of things, again, pastas, rices, noodles, I don't have to go shopping quite so frequently. And when I do go, I just pick up most of the fresh things. So I find by doing that as well that my shopping costs me less because I'm not going so often, because we all know the more often you pop in, you pick up other things as well. So I find that doing it this way really saves me money, saves me time, and I've always got such a good stock of things that I can cook whatever I fancy. I rarely am out of things and need to go shopping for it, and like I said, that's when you pick up the extra bits and pieces. And I'm also going to be checking the dates. This was probably bought when our daughter was coming home at Christmas. It is oat milk and valid October 2024. Obviously didn't get opened. I've just realised with that date it must have been a summer trip because it would have been out of date by Christmas. Do I need to keep these mug boxes? The Discovery series? I don't think so. What I tend to do, I tend to keep these and then I use these for storage in my craft space. So I will put it past Aid because he gets quite precious about things, but I think I will just keep these like I usually do, as in just the base of the box. I've got 4 here. And an old receipt for Morrison's. No idea why that's in there. That's recent, July. There's been a leakage. Right, this is where it starts to get really bad. There's been a leakage of something down there. That's where some kind of alcohol was. Oh look, we've got a sprouty potato, and this is where everything now is covered in corn flour. So I need to clean all this. I'm going to go and clean up that sticky mess. Not nice. I also keep a lot of my really big pans. It is covered in corn flour. I keep a lot of my big pans in there. They are huge, far too big for just the 2 of us. But when we've got all the family over, they're really, really handy. So I need to find a better way of storing things like that. I've also got the base of my blender here. This was an ad gifted thing I did a while ago, and again I really like it, but it's not something we're really using, tending to use just the 2 of us. But when we've got the kids home, it's really handy. I've even wondered whether to pop the blender out in the garage for when it's just the 2 of us and use it when they come home. Got all the dishwasher bits and pieces. So the floor is clean. I'm cleaning as I'm going. My next plan is to pull all this out. This is where the waste is gonna show. As you can see, we kind of like, this was always supposed to be what we're eating and brand new things. But things like, we kind of got bored of these. Oh, actually, there might only be a couple left. The Choco Softies from Dickman's. No, they originally used to be called Dickman's. There's 2 left, so those are going to go. I'm going to start my bin pile here, I think. Let's put a light on in here. That's better. And let's see what we can find. If everything comes out in a basket, that will make life a lot easier. This may not be as scary as I thought. And 1 more to go. Okay, that was 3 baskets. That's not so bad. So now the fun of going through all of this, I think I'll start with this one. Aid's just messaged, he's leaving the office, so he's about an hour and a half away, traffic dependent, so I'm going to try and get it done to surprise him. I think that would be really nice. And I like to have something to work towards. I like a bit of a challenge. Helps me. I'm going to use this as my bin bag. Definitely throw the Choco Softies. Actually, let's do a pile and we'll see what our waste pile looks like. Let's move it over here. I always keep all my empty carrier bags in here as well. Right. Oh, this is always upsetting when I see something I like that's gone out of date. I think these will still be okay, actually, my Stollen Bites. What's the date on these? I won't tell you, but I think that'd be fine. Right, this was my onion and potato basket. This is all empty bags, actually, and a packet of Nans. This, we still haven't eaten this. Our popcorn, what's the date on this? I hope this hasn't gone out of date. This was from Disney Magic Kingdom. What's the date? June. It's only a couple of weeks, isn't it? That's the problem when you've got a messy cupboard. Right, this is all carrier bags in here. Okay. Right, and now to go through this one, I have got some pretzels and I've got, Aid's really bad at doing this. There's 2 pretzels left in here and he's not put it in the bin. He just leaves a couple in things. Those I was eating yesterday, so I know they're fine. And we've got, there's a handful of nuts in there. I don't understand. And I've heard of other people saying that their partners do the same. I don't understand. What's in this one? I'll show you exactly what's in this one. And whenever I challenge him on it, he always says, oh, I didn't know. That is exactly what's in that one. I think 8 those can go in the bin. We all have our quirks. I'm fully aware of that. That is one of 8's. I have plenty of my own, so don't panic. Right, we've got 1 pan of chocolate. These are still my candies left over from Halloween last year. And I did actually sit and eat some of those last night, so they're still good. More carrier bags. I'm not very good. I don't throw carrier bags away, because you just never know when you might need one. Right, these are also from Christmas. Pfeffernusse, they were dated April. And another thing of my favourite little things. I am going to try those. I might even try them in a bit. Right, here we go. Not even a handful of popcorn. That can go in the bin. That was horrible. I don't know why that's still in there. That was so vile. But we have got 2 chocolate chip cookies. I think those are from takeouts. We have got a few Dorito-y things. We've got some little nutty things. I'm going to bin those. And some other cakey things. Those can go in the bin. But my dad makes the little chip clips, so I keep those. I keep these. Sadly, that's gone a bit greasy in there. I really like this. I'm going to clean it out. Okay, so far not too bad. These I know are fine. These are just my potatoes, carrier bags there, and onions. Let's take the onions out of here. Onions are quite messy, aren't they? All the little papery skin things. Them in there. So I'm going to keep them in my basket. And we've got 2 left in this one. Yeah, I'm just expecting a lot more waste at the moment, so whoops. These are also snacks. This tray I love. I bought this in Target for $3. I love it so much. I haven't actually found a home for it yet in this house. I have used it in the garden before, which I really like, but I love that tray so much. This is just packaging. What else have we got here? Popcorn, that was both of our doing, that wasn't just his. Right, we've got lots of coffee brought back from Disney hotels. Abe's been making coffee in the afternoons lately, actually. Oh, we've got some Worcester sauce crisps. 2 bags of those. More Stollen. These are unopened. More coffee. We've got a load of stuff from Snackverse. You know, the Snackverse boxes that I've done that we've been sent. Oh, and we've got a Christmas pudding, Waitrose Christmas pudding, January 2022. I'll keep that for next year. I don't think that kind of thing matters. I'm going to throw these sweets away. They do not sound very nice. A couple of little drinks. A few treaty things that I'm going to bin that have been in here. Again, they were in the snack box that we just haven't got around to eating. Carrier bags. I cannot believe I have found 4 things of Stollen. I cannot moan at Aid for a few little crumbs in the bottom of the bag, can I? That is so bad of me, especially when it's one of my favourite snacks. And I've got all the Snackverse little thingies there as well. And now we've got an empty box. I'm going to leave that to one side for now. We were keeping these actually, the innocent smoothie things, just so, because we buy the larger innocent smoothies. These are just from like when we've done meal deals. But what we were thinking was then refilling them, because it works out a lot cheaper to buy the larger ones, refilling these for when we go on days out or little trips out type of thing. So that's why we've been keeping these. We've got some bits on the floor here which I want to pull out, and kitchen roll. Oh, I've got pastry case, and this, see, I forget things are in here. They're all my little cookie presses and things, so I'm going to start to pull out all of this now as well. I wonder what the date is on this pastry case. These kind of things are usually dated quite long. Oh, September 2025. So I'll be able to use that when my dad comes over, actually. When did you last clean your pantry out, by the way, or like your larder cupboard? Is it something you do quite frequently? Do you have a set time of year? Is it something you do maybe just before Christmas? That's the plan. That was the plan with this one, and it just never happened. I've got a lot of stuff at the back that kind of is in there because I don't know what else to do with it. Things like trays. I've got a wreath here that I bought for my mum for her front door, and I completely forgot to give it to her. There was also a large roasting tin there as well. Right, I've got my Christmas arrangement here. I kept it down here for the whole of spring, and then all the Christmas decorations have gone out in the garage. Paprika crisps and another one. This is like my curry pan that I use, but it's covered in corn flour. And now I'm just going to be pulling out loads of bits and pieces. And then I do things like I got sent a really nice gift, the Cornish company scones and that from a lovely friend, and I've kept the box for some reason. See, Aid's not the only one with quirks. I was wondering where the iron went. I didn't even know where it was. I found it now. I love my wok. I haven't seen this for ages. And now we're getting to the storage bits. I found these really old marshmallows. They are so hard, they can definitely go in the bin. They were dated 2023, so they shouldn't have even come to this house with us. A whole box of cornflakes. I'm probably going to use these for baking. What's the date on these? Oh, here we go. January 2025. Another Christmas pudding. This one, I might actually bin this one. It's a Marks and Spencer's one. My mum bought it for Holly. It's without wheat and dairy. Holly doesn't even like Christmas pudding, but mum kindly bought her a vegan one. I think I might just bin that one. It's really old as well. An American waffle maker, bought for Holly 1 year for Christmas, and it's still sealed. It was never actually opened. Now my plan is to remove something quite big from here. This. I am kind of grouping things together, so I've got like the pantry bits like the larder food, kitchen towel, carrier bags. I've actually got a little box on the go there for plastic bottles. And then I've got like electricals, that's my rubbish pile there. And then electricals there. And then these are more kind of like pantry bits, food, drinks, Tupperware type thing, dishwasher stuff, and then drinks on this side as well. And these are boxes of cereal. I am now going to pull the rest of that out because I have got plans for the trolley. And I actually feel really, really excited about this. I think this could really help. When I say done, I've cleared out this. Got some, I think those were from, we've had the dishwasher and that put in. That was the plinth before. We've got the, it's really annoying, we've got these bits from the floor. But we don't know where else to keep them. I don't want to keep them in the garage because they might go damp, but they're like the replacements that we were left. So I'm just going to sweep all this up. It's all bits of mainly onion skin actually. And now for the bit I'm excited about. Meals on Wheels. I am going to change, I'm just dropping things everywhere, the purpose of what we're using the trolley for at the moment because we can use this in a much better way. I'm just going to pick up the crisp that we dropped. So this is all clean. I am actually going to get a cloth actually I think and just wipe it over. Wipe it with some Mrs. Myers to clean that off just so it smells really fresh. The plan was to put the seat bench over on the other side. I've just measured it, it's 108. I'm just going to see if my plan will work. I'm now thinking it might be too long. 1 centimetre. I'm going to see if I can shift the fridge and the cupboards over by a couple of centimetres. That's all I need. That was actually easier than I expected. A box of Ritz biscuits just fell on me. There's 2 left in there. Aid. Let's see if this idea works. And this was, I can't even remember who said it, and it could, I think it may have even been a couple of people suggested it. So we'll see if it works. It's worked. I'll show you what the suggestion was. Let me know if you think this is a good idea. The idea was to have this on this side. We could actually sit in here. The idea was to have the bench here and put the baskets on here and then have the trolley on the other side which pulls out, and I'm going to put all my spices and that on there. I think that's a really good idea because I use those most days, and have bits and pieces on the trolley to pull out and use. But eventually we would like a full beautiful pantry. We talk about it quite regular, what we'd really want. We want to do it properly though. It's not a quick job we want to do. We want to fit it out properly. Just so it looks really pretty. Might sound silly, but it's important to us. So it's something we will be doing. All white shelving. We're deciding whether we want a little bit of like worktop in there. We want obviously the fridge and the microwave to fit in there, but we just want it to look really, really nice with pretty baskets and all that. But it's not something we rush. But I do want to sort out the trolley because it can't stay like this. I want all my spices on here. I've got loads of crisps and things. They can go in the baskets and live over there. Now, this is where the waste actually does start to happen. I know these are 20, 24 beer nuts. I've got 2 packs and we didn't eat them. We had loads, we bought too many, I'll be really honest. We were like really, really into them, you know, when you just fancy something all the time. And then I think we ate too much and we went off them. But because we can only buy these in the States, we threw a load out in the jar. We kept them in like a Kilner jar and they had gone off. So I'm going to bin these. They just went really, really stale. So I'm not going to keep them. and we haven't bought them in the States obviously since. But I think that happens sometimes when you go abroad and you buy something you really, really like, and then you eat too much of it, and you've bought loads of it back, and then you've gone off it. So I do apologise about the waste. Got some twiglets here. The thing I've been keeping on here are cookbooks, because not all of my cookbooks are out on display, and a lot of these books I do use on a regular basis. So I might actually put them in a basket. I love this book. I use this one still for pizza dough. I really treasure my cookbooks, I really do. So I might actually put them in a basket to put out there. I think that might make more sense. And I'm thinking that because it's spices I want on here. Might even be some sauces and things that could work out really well. Got some crystallised ginger there. Yeah, I think I'm going to grab a box for the cookbooks. My cookbooks really mean a lot to me. I did declutter absolutely huge amounts when we moved. So I've only got a few. I have a few sort of like dotted around in the kitchen, and I do flick through them. I read cookery books as if they're normal books. I love the stories. I love just reading through, and they just give me so much enjoyment. So I am keeping these few. I'm going to pop them back in the basket in the pantry. And I won't be decluttering any more of these. Something I have been doing is actually borrowing them from the library as well. My friend Emma suggested that, and I thought it was such a good idea to actually borrow a book before you buy it to see if you're going to use it. The only problem I find is that I was borrowing books and I was falling in love with them each time and not wanting to return them. I know you can take photos of things, I know that, but when you actually love the book, not just the recipes, and then I was going and buying the books as well. So that didn't work quite so well, but I do love the idea of actually trying a book before you buy it. I think that was a genius idea of Emma's. I'm going to start putting things back in the pantry now. So now to transform this trolley, I'm thinking savoury spices, sweet spices, but then also I've got things on this table like a lot of my Asian sauces, which I love cooking with. Soy sauce, got my rice vinegar, so, oh, they might need to go on the bottom one. I think I might do that. I'm going to take the dishwasher stuff out. We barely use the dishwasher anyway. There's a peanut. Let's find a new home for that. And I just love the idea, I just realised I've got cornflour on there as well. I love the idea of having sort of cookery bits and pieces on there. These IKEA trolleys are so handy, aren't they? I know other companies do them as well. Actually, the one in my craft room's a hobby craft one. So yeah, obviously other companies do them. I'm using one in the kitchen and I've got one in my craft room. What do you use yours for? Do you have one? How many do you have? What colours and how do you use it? I would love to know. They're so versatile and I know so many of us have them now. This whole basket is full of spices and whenever I need something I have to rummage through and it takes me so long. So my plan is to have fun and fill this trolley with them. And I would love to hear how you organise all your spices. Do you actually have many spices? It's something I really enjoy collecting when I'm out and about. When we go on holiday, I like to pick back spices from other places. I enjoy cooking, as you know, so much, so it's something really nice, a good stock. It's something I really enjoy using. So for me, a spice rack is just completely out of the question. I have too many for that. Obviously wasn't working in the basket, so I think this is a really good idea. I do love it when I watch people's YouTube videos and sometimes people have like shallow drawers under where they cook and they pull them out and all the spices are laid out in little individual pots or labelled. I think that looks so cute. So I'd love to hear, how do you organise your herbs and spices? That's a whole basket I've cleaned out. So the thing I need to do is label the tops, which I will do another time. I might do an organising video actually. But I've got savoury, sweet spices, and then I've got things like Texas Roadhouse, got fajita seasoning, all different spices. And then down here, I have got some extras that are new for when the ones above run out. But then I've got soy sauces and like I said, all my Asian stuff. I've got like fake lime and lemon juices, Maggi, got some some Savannah honey there, and just various bits and pieces, salt and that underneath. I'm really pleased with that. Each time I cook, I can just wheel that out. So I'm just having a tidy up. I'm not going to organise all this today, but I'm just having a bit of a sort out. Pickles, savoury sweet, that needs organising down the bottom. That's a bit of a wasted space, but I'll do that another time. I have gone through flour and sugar, and I've gone through my ketchups. That basket I can put there. I'm going to clean that out. Just wondering, because we've got all the bottles and things, maybe they could go there. Just need to be careful because there's quite a lot of breakables. I've done it. I'm so pleased. I haven't gone full organised mode in there. I haven't done all the boxes and things, but I'm so happy. Oh, a bit blurry with what I've done. I'll show you what's come out, what's gone in, and the rubbish that we've cleared out as well. So excuse the little timer, I've just put dinner in the oven. This is all clean now, and I did test the Stollen and it tastes as normal. I was just speaking to my brother who's made Stollen before, and like he said, Stollen is stale at the end of the day. You make it and leave it for ages, and it's got marzipan in it, so it's got that kind of like alcohol-y taste. So I think that's probably why it's fine, but I'm gonna stick those 3 packs in the freezer. I think they'll be fine. This is bits for the garage that I'm going to take out. I've got a load of nuts there that my mum gave me. It's supposed to encourage the birds and squirrels. However, she gave them us when we moved in, and we then had a mouse problem in the garage. And because we're back onto fields, we've decided not to feed birds in this garden. We used to feed the birds and the squirrels in our old house, and we loved it. But we've decided we don't want to encourage rats and mice. So we've decided not to do the birds thing. So I am going to give my mum those nuts back because she gets loads in her garden. This is all my packaging that's going in the bin. And this is everything that we are clearing out. I cannot fit any more bay leaves into a jar, so I'm just going to bin those. I've got lids. There's the tiniest bit of drizzle, but I've got 3 others of those in there. These are so old, they've gone dry. Various bits and pieces. You've seen a lot of this. I have had these spring roll wrappers since when Holly lived at home. It's been absolutely years. What's the date on those? 2018. And then I've just got packaging. I've emptied a lot of this kind of thing into the baskets, the thingy, and again these are all empty bits and pieces, and then there's a few bags with bits and the marshmallows. So actually we haven't done too bad. And the box of cornflakes, obviously they were definitely a mishap. And that's why it's so important to stay organised. Right, I'm going to take you into the larder. Everything else around here is now clear. Are you ready for the grand reveal? Like I said, I haven't touched any of these top bits here, but look at that for a huge difference. I am so happy. So this can now wheel out when I'm cooking. This was one of your ideas. If you remember suggesting it, please leave a comment so I can say thank you. And as you know, we've got like the Asian sauces and things, seasonings, and then we've got all the other seasonings there and spices. And then we've got some drinks. I've got nowhere to put the dishwasher stuff. There's no more room in the cupboard. This is a lot of that is refills. Carrier bags, including a big IKEA bag. And then we've got the big pans, the alcohol, cookbooks there, kitchen roll. And then this is all, oh, I've got my peg basket there as well. This is all brand new stuff, as in unopened. These are opened. Cereals. And then I've had a sort out on here as well because I've been able to empty a lot of things. We've got the potatoes and onions on there. I've got pickles. I've even got a bit of spare space there. My sweet basket. Oh, my alarm. So these are, oh, I was talking about here. So we've got like teas and coffees, gravies. These are all the replen. The ones that are open are in the cupboard. Baking bits and pieces there as well. And then here, this is all different. This is where all the spices were. We've got bottles. These are all the new ketchups and things. Again, this is just replen. We've got opened ones, and that's where I keep flour and sugar, again, to replen. So Aid says he's going to sort out the fridge. He's going to sort that out. And like I said, I might do an organisation video another time because it could really do with it. But I am very happy with that. That just feels so much more organised. And I love having this little trolley. That's going to be so helpful now. That was such a good idea. That was, like I said, Holly's art trolley, which she's not fussed with anymore. So that's really helped. So it may have taken me 9 months, 10 months to get done, but I'm really glad I've done it. It's been needing to be done, and it just feels like a whole weight's been lifted off my shoulders. I feel so much happier. Let me know if you need to do your pantry or your larder, whatever you call it. Do you need to sort yours out? And I hope this is the inspiration to do it that you needed. Let me know, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for being here with me today. Bye.